I'm your girl. You're my girl. We are girls. Don't you know that we love you, girl? What's up, Chi Chi? What's up, Straight No Chaser? Marcia Brandon, Mr. D, Shauna. I was not texting Shauna, but I was on the phone. I was trying to share the video. Hello, Powerful, Keisha Ford, Kimberly Dooley. Hey, girl, hey, Big Mike, Monica Parker. This weekend, this Saturday, I will be in Houston, Texas, trying to get down here to see this Beyonce concert. Amen. Trying to get down here to see this Beyonce concert. I still don't have a ticket. Amen. I still have not purchased a ticket yet because see, my intention. That's how they do when they be talking in church. My intention is to get a ticket the day of the show. Amen. That's my intention. So my hope is to get a ticket the day of the show. So when I land, I will be searching for a ticket. Un billet. That's in French. Un billet. For the concert. And if I don't get a ticket for Saturday, I will be getting a ticket for Sunday. Amen. Saturday or Sunday. I have two chances. So I have finally figured out what I'm going to be wearing to the concert. Amen. To the concert. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig TheWriter Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Knees. That skin is glowing today. Oh, it's glowing. Ain't it glowing? Riri. Oh, knees. But no, I'm going to do a video soon to show you guys my little skincare routine that I've been doing as of late. I want to say to my girl, Mo Goddess. I'm about to say, now, where's my goddamn hand lotion that I keep in the car? You sent me a package a while back with some black soap, some liquid black soap in it. And niece, I have been using it these past couple of days. Now, you guys know I've been using black soap for years, but I always use the bar, right? But she sent me a bottle of the liquid black soap. So I've been putting it on my little device and I've been using it to go over my face. Now, my little device, I don't know what it's called, but it's on my Amazon storefront under health, beauty, and wellness. Okay. The link is down in the caption of this video. The Amazon store will always be in the caption of the video. So anyway, I went to tag her. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, but I went to tag her on my Insta story. My Insta story goes over to my Facebook story as well. And I was trying to tag her in this black soap. Well, niece, she ain't got no working Instagram. I went to searching for it and it wasn't there. So I don't know if it was there once upon a time and she took it up. Ooh. Wait a minute, let me pay attention. I don't know if it was there once upon a time. I'm looking for my ring. I don't know if it was there once upon a time and now it's no longer there. I don't know. But I love her black soap because I'm able to put just a couple drops in my little, I don't know what that device is called. It's like I put it on there and I just go over my face. It has but it's on my storefront. It's under health, skin, health, beauty, and wellness. But I love her soap and I tried to tag her and I couldn't. And then I tried to message her on Patreon, but she's no longer a patron. So the message didn't go through. Amen. See? But at any rate, I still need to get my tire done. I don't have time to do that today. But anyway, so I just started using her black soap, but that's not what I've been doing. What I've been doing was, I've been doing my apple cider vinegar on my face periodically. I haven't done it as much as I was when I first started. I've kind of pulled back some, but I still do that. But I've gotten into these turmeric face pads, these scrubbing pads. Now, that's not on Amazon. If it was on Amazon, I would have put it in my store by now. But these turmeric skin pads, do you see the even glow on my skin? Do you see the even glow on my skin? And then I still do my own little regimen. And then you put your moisturizer on. What's up, Dele? I'm actually gonna come to London when I come to Paris. When I go to Paris, I'm gonna go to London for like a weekend. I'm gonna come to London for like a weekend, so maybe you can give me some little spots to check out while I'm there, because I'm only gonna be there for like a Friday to Sunday or something like that. I haven't decided just yet, because I've been talking to my little French family. My little French family that I did the exchange program with. And he was saying to me, please hit the like button, hit the share button, and the subscribe button. He was saying that he wants me to take the train, Le Train au Lyon, to Lyon, to come visit him and his girlfriend and their children. It's like a 2-hour train ride. So I told him I would do that. So but I want to stay mostly in France, but I am going to come to London. So if you can give me some little spots to check out, that would be great. But at any rate, we're about a month away until the October 6th show. That's our first show. I'm going to say this again. Those of you that are coming from out of town, we will be checking identification when you come here to make sure that you are from out of town. And we're going to email you the day before. So that would be October 6th. So you'll know the location and the address of where we're going to do our little mimosa shindig. Amen. It is from 12 to 2. Now, you can show up at 1:45 if you want, but we will be leaving at 2 o'clock. Okay? Because I got to go pick up Gloria from the airport. So it is from noon until 2. Now, you can show up at 12:30, but we will be still wrapping at 2. Okay? But at any rate, I had a very uneventful weekend. Security, come see about Stacy Michelle Security. I had a very uneventful weekend. Those of you that are on my Patreon, you know that there may be a Hedda Brinks reunion in the making. Those of you that read my first book, you know who the Hedda Brinks are. So last night, a friend of mine stopped by. I hadn't talked to him in years. Maybe even, I was going to say a decade. I don't think it's been that long. But it's been a long time since we've spoken. And he messaged me about a week and a half ago on Facebook. Yeah, it's more like 3 weeks away, really, the October 6th thing. It is 3 weeks. So he said that he was going to be in Atlanta until the end of September. He wanted us to connect. So I ended up inviting him over yesterday. And so we chatted for a couple hours, caught up, did all of that. And but other than that, I didn't do anything. That was Sunday. I stayed in the house all day Sunday. Well, I did go to a little vintage store, a little vintage furniture store with a friend of mine. So we did that, and then I came home. But that was it. Saturday, the only thing I did was went to the gym. I was supposed to do the nature hike, the water hike, the river hike, whatever it was called. Me, Scott, and our friend Jeff. But baby, it rained Saturday, and it was given very much so. I'm not going up there to hike in the rain. Okay, so we didn't go. So Saturday I stayed in, went to the gym that afternoon, and then that was it. I did nothing else. And I have a Paid for Your Say coming up. If you guys have not signed up for Paid for Your Say, that information is in the video as well. Hold, please. Hello?
Hi, is this Craig?
This is Craig.
This is Stephanie with Wayfair Professional. How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. The reason why I'm calling is I'm a project manager, so I just wanted to follow up, see if you had any questions on the frosted glass wood and hear a little bit about the project you're working on.
Yeah, I do have a question, but I can't go into it right now because I'm on a call. But I did want to ask, because I kind of modified what's in that cart, and I wanted to see if there were discounts based on what's in there now, because I had a different size in there and I had to alternate it. So if you could do that for me, that would be great, and then I can either call you back or you can call me back.
Yeah, absolutely. What size did you need instead?
Yeah, I put them in there, but when I originally called, I had completely different sizes in it. But they're correct in there now. It's 4 of one and 6 of another.
Okay, I'm not seeing that in the cart. I'm just seeing the quote that was in the cart.
Okay. Is there a callback number for you, or can we schedule a time for you to call me back, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also sending you over my contact information.
Okay.
When would be a good time to call you back today?
Are you on East Coast time?
Central.
You're in Central. Okay. How late are you going to be there today?
I clock out at 4:30.
Okay. Can you call me maybe at 3 o'clock your time?
I will be going to get my kids.
Oh, okay. What's the latest you can call me back?
I mean, I could call you back as soon as I get back from getting my kids. So as long as traffic's decent, between 3:30 and 3:45 my time.
That would be perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I will give you a call back then.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Bye. Sorry about that, guys. But what was I even saying? I don't even remember. What was I talking about? But I do want you all to know that I did watch that Kirk Franklin thing. Right. We don't need to know about her errands and all of that stuff. Right. We don't need to know all of that. But listen, let me tell you something. I watched that Kirk Franklin documentary. Y'all want to hear what I thought? Did y'all want to hear what I thought? Let me switch lanes. Did y'all want to hear my thoughts? It's only 35 minutes. It's on YouTube. Now, he has an album coming out in October, that first week in October. I don't remember what the date is. But he has an album coming out. And I'm not saying that I think he's putting this out just for the sake of album sales. I think it's smart marketing. But I don't think that Keon and I actually talk about it on our Patreon. I don't know if he's uploaded it yet. But Keon and I actually discussed it on our Patreon. So that's going to be coming soon. But I don't think that, I'm not necessarily saying that I think he only put this out because he got this album coming out as some sort of a marketing ploy. I don't think that, but I do think that it was very smart to put this out, on the cusp of, or on the heels of this album coming out, right? Now, here are my thoughts. I thought it was very good. It was only 35 minutes. I thought it was very eye-opening. I feel like there were a lot of teachable moments for parents. And I'm specifically saying parents and not just women. But I believe it's a teachable moment. There are a lot of teachable moments for parents. Now, when I get into it and really start dissecting it, I wanted more. Now, I do think that it satisfied and it did what it needed to do for the viewers. But I do think that it deserved more. And I'm going to tell you why. You ready? Now, I believe a lot of y'all are going to pick up what I'm putting down. But see, that's the beauty of art, right? You put things out from your perspective and you put it out with your intentions. And what people glean from it, what people get from it, it's up to them. It's no different from when I put out a book. My intentions for what I want you to receive from it may be very different from what you pull from it. But my intention is for you to learn and grow. So I think that his intentions were were to really give insight on the dysfunction that sometimes happens with having children and not keeping up with who you having sex with to figure out who the parent is, right? But I think it's a teachable moment for fathers and mothers. I don't think it's just for mothers. Now, I think at first glance, one could look at it and say, well, if his mother hadn't, this, that, and the third, but the father participates in that too, right? Because how many instances have we seen where fathers are dipping all over town, literally dipping all over, and they got children spread all around the city? That's no different from a mother who is having sex with multiple people at a time, and she has no clue who the father is. It's no difference to me. So I think there were some teachable moments for that. But what I will say is what it was missing for me was his wife's perspective. I wanted to hear from his wife. I wanted to hear from her. I even wanted to hear from his wife's father. And the reason why I say his wife's father is because, from my understanding, her father stepped in as a father to him. Of course, he was an adult by the time that happened. But my point is, I would have loved to have heard from his wife's father to hear his perspective on how not having his own father in his life impacted or shaped who he is as a man and as a father himself. Because if you think about Kirk Franklin's relationship with his first son, it's just as dysfunctional. It's a different dysfunction, but it's still dysfunction, right? That back and forth that he had with his son and cussing him out. You're talking about a man who did not have a father. And we really have to look at how important the father's role is. Mothers are important too. Both are equally important. One is not more important than the other. But it is so, and I don't care how well-rounded a mother is and how much she gives to her son or to her daughters or children, period. There's a component that a father brings. And there's a component that a mother brings. So if it's a single father raising these kids, there's a component that other parent brings to the equation. And I think that his wife's father could have given us some perspective. And then I think that, remember when Kirk said, for those who watched it, remember when Kirk said he's always the most insecure man in the room? I've always seen that. I've always witnessed that. I've always known that about him. I never knew why, but I could see it. Now, I don't know if some of y'all could see it, but when he was hosting BET Awards, or he be hosting Sunday's Best, or he on the red carpet for the Stella Awards, or whatever he's doing, to me, he's always so extra and over the top. What's up, boy? What's up? I'm your boy, Kirk. Like, it was just like he was always trying to be so likable. He tried hard. He looked desperate to be liked, to me. He looked like he was seeking validation. And all of that stemmed back to, or rooted back to, not having a relationship with his father. Not having that relationship with his father. It really, really. And then so remember when he said he was insecure in his relationships, he had abandonment issues. That's why his wife's perspective is so important. I would love to know how she's had to carry him and how she's had to pick him up and what she's witnessed him going through and how she probably had to help heal him in their marriage and how she probably had to teach him how to be a better father to the kids that they have together in a way that he wasn't to his first son. So there were some components that were missing. There were some components that were missing from this, some perspectives, rather, I should say, that were missing. I would have wanted to hear more from his son, the one he hadn't talked to in 2 years, the one that was over there on the Zeus network, whatever his name is. I wanted to hear more from him. I wanted to hear more about that relationship with that Sandra, Aunt Sandra or whatever. Like, what is that? Like that's what I'm saying. No, Drea, I'm not saying a dry host. You're missing my point. Monique is not a dry host. Monique was very good when she was on the award show, when she did the Beyonce thing and all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Taraji Henson is not a dry host. What I'm saying is there were a lot of parts of him that look like he's trying to be liked. He's trying to seek validation and attention. It's not just like, oh, hey, what's going on, yo? How y'all doing? It's like he tries to look like he's so down. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than how I've said it. But I felt like there were some other components, like some people around him that could have spoken to the void in his life because of his father. Now, that's what I wanted to see more of. So I really think that it could have been stretched probably another 30 minutes. But here's what I will say. So if I was the director of the project, I'd have been like, listen, if I was the director of the project, I would have been like, you know what, Kirk, I think we need to hear from your wife. Because we only saw her for that brief little moment when he first got the call about the DNA test. Now, let's talk about that. The fact that mama, his mama, still didn't want to accept that his father is his actual father is insane to me. That level of denial, that level of dysfunction, because see, this really became a thing about her ego. This thing became a thing about, oh, I'm not about to let y'all know that I didn't know who my son's father was. Because see, I think this was bigger than her not liking Kirk's father. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ostensibly, if you just look at that show or that documentary, you might think, well, maybe she didn't like Kirk's father. Maybe she just had some sort of animosity towards him and she just doesn't want to acknowledge him. No, I think it's a thing where she was having sex with these two men and she didn't know who the father was. And because she said that this one guy was the father, that's the story she's sticking to because she don't want to look like that girl. And again, this is a cautionary tale for those of you right now who may be watching. You may not know who your children's father is. It is best to tell them sooner rather than later. Don't let your children go through their entire life thinking that this one man is their father, and it is not. You're doing your child a disservice. You're doing, and think about the pain you're causing your child. Yeah, you might be embarrassed. You might be ashamed because you don't know, but put your child before your ego. Like you really got to think about it from that perspective, because this man, Kirk Franklin, has gone through his entire life insecure, not knowing who he is, trying to be a people pleaser, trying to be liked, trying to overcompensate. That's what I'm trying to say. He'd be doing on those BET shows. Like, he's trying to overcompensate, like all of that extra stuff. It's on YouTube. It's not on. It's on YouTube, and it's called Father's Day. Just type in Kirk Franklin Father's Day on YouTube. It's 35 minutes. Watch it on your lunch break because I know y'all gonna do that. And so, but no, I thought it was well done. I just feel like I would have also liked to have seen more of the album making process. I would have liked to see more of that, to really kind of round it out, so it can have some highs and lows, some good sweet moments, some sad moments. You know what I mean? Like, just to put us really on a roller coaster. But the way that his relationship with that aunt, what was her name, Sandra or something? He called her Sandy or Sandra or something, and she said, "Excuse me." Like, what? Like, I thought that was crazy. The way she was talking to him like he was still 10 years old, and the way he cowered around her like a child. And then the fact that Kirk Franklin thought this other man was his father. Now, they didn't talk about. Kirk Franklin paid for that man's funeral too, from what I understand. That man died a few years ago, whenever it was. That man left this earth probably also thinking that Kirk was his son, because nobody bothered to do a DNA test except for Kirk Franklin's real father. Nobody else bothered to do a DNA test. And so this one man left this planet thinking, I believe, that Kirk was his son. I don't think he knew either. And Kirk had berated him and told him that, how he missed out on his life and just that and the third. Kirk paid for the man's funeral, only to find out that that man wasn't his father. Now, what kind of foolishness is that? And that's really sad. That is really sad. And now it's like Kirk doesn't have a relationship with his mother because he said, if you can't give me this, if you can't admit right here, right now, and acknowledge that this man, Rick, really is my father, I can't give you anything else that you need from me. And when she let off that primal cry in that conference room, I said, oh yeah, she knew. She knew that other man was the father. That's why she was crying like that. But yeah, it's really good. I think it's definitely something I think you should take a look at, take a look to see. I thought it was really good. But yeah, it's called Father's Day. But listen, I'm here at my destination. I will talk to you guys shortly. And all right, bye guys.